Hello, since we haven't met yet, I'm Lorena, and the first thing that you're going to know about me is that I recently got laid off from my corporate job, but I now have all the time in the world to do whatever I want. I've always considered myself a jack of all trades. I've took on painting where I did some commissions. I did illustrating where I actually illustrated a children's book. I've tried tufting, 3D modeling, charm making, and most recently candle making. And then I was a product designer at my corporate job. Evie has decided to join us, so ignore her. So, as I was saying, there's just so many things that I'm interested in and so many things that I want to try. The idea of setting my eyes on one thing and then pursuing that thing for the rest of my life feels really restraining to me. That's why when I was working in corporate, I was really unhappy because I wasn't fulfilling my need to explore all my interests. So this layoff has actually been a blessing to me. It's giving me an opportunity to reevaluate my life and really be intentional about what I want to spend this finite amount of time I have. So this channel is about me exploring all my interests and taking on as many side quests as I can take on till I find my main quest. Or maybe my life is just made out of many side quests, and I think that's okay with me too. I just know that what I was doing in the past few years was not working for me, and I want to find what works for me. Each video will sort of be a diary entry of the side quests that I take on. In this diary entry, I hosted a candle making party for my friends. I've been making candles as a hobby for about 2 years now, and I've always thought about how cool it'll be to host workshops, but I didn't feel ready to host a bunch of strangers and charge them money. So I thought I'd start small and host my friends instead. So that's exactly what I did in this entry. I hope you enjoy watching the process and how this party turned out. The candles I usually make aren't the typical ones where we fill up a jar. I make candles that look like food. This is a little tart candle, and this is actually what I'm going to be teaching them at the craft party. So there's a few things that I need to prepare for. Number one is the theme and the decorations, how I'm going to set this up in my house, just aesthetic things. And then two is the actual flow of the party. So since this is sort of like a class where I'm teaching them how to do something, I need to think about the structure and all the steps that I need to do, how long each step will take, things like that. And then the third thing that I need to prepare for is making some of the pieces ahead. I'm going to be making these little toppings because if we do everything in the session, it's just going to be a lot of waiting time. With candles, you're mostly just waiting for it to cure and dry. And then the fourth thing that I need to plan for is food and snacks. So what I want to be serving at the party, what drinks. Those are the four main things. I'm sure there's a lot of in-between steps that I need to be thinking about. Today's plan is to make more of the toppings. I already have some made. I have raspberries, strawberries, and blueberries. I'm going to be making more of these, and then also adding in mangoes and some chocolate chunks. And then we'll see what else I can come up with that could be a good topping. So let's go ahead and do that. So basically I'm going to be repeating those steps for a while because I only have one mold for each fruit. I'm just going to be alternating between them, melting them, filling up the mold, carving them, waiting for them to dry, and just seeing how much I can make today. In the meantime, I wanted to show you what I got from Daiso. I took a break to go grocery shopping and then stopped at Daiso and got some stuff for the party. The first thing is this little hand mixer. I actually have one myself, but since there are going to be 4 girls, sharing between one hand mixer might take a while, so I just got another one. It was $3. It's pretty good. And then the next set of things that I got are these little sauce cups. I think these would be great for measuring out their fragrances. So I got 2 sets of those. It was $2 for each set. And then the next thing that I got is the bigger version of the sauce cup. They'll be pouring out the wax onto this little bowls and then using the little mixer to mix them together, and I'll show you what that all means later. I got 4 of those. It was $2 each as well. And then the last thing I got is just a hand whisk. I was using the attachment for the hand mixer and I just needed something sturdier. I am going to go and continue making these raspberries and blueberries, and then I'll see you after. Okay, so I have some made already, and then I have more waiting in the mold here. I kind of pulled these out prematurely. I don't think they're fully cured yet, so I'm going to let them cure for a bit longer and then wait for these ones. But while I'm waiting for those, I think I'm gonna make some mangoes. So here I have white beeswax from Makesy. I'm just going to kind of guess how much I need and just kind of measure. So I'll go ahead and melt this, and then we'll do the coloring and fragrance together. While I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to measure out my fragrance. I usually do weight, so it's 5 ounces times the percentage of fragrance oil that I want to add, which is usually around 8 to 10%. I like to do it on the lower end. Times 8% equals 0.4. So I need 0.4 ounces of my fragrance. The one that I will be using is the Island Papaya and Pink Hibiscus. It's the closest thing that I have that smells somewhat like mangoes. It's not really, but it's pretty tropical. You can see here it's 0.33 ounces, which is less than what we need. I'm not going to be super strict, and I don't really have a choice anyways. I only have one of these. So yeah, I'm just going to be using this whole bottle for the mangoes. So actually I don't need to measure it out at all. Red is very, very pigmented and I don't want a lot of it. I want quite a bit of yellow, but not too much either. It's really all about doing it in intervals and not overdoing it all at once. As I'm mixing it, I'm also checking it on my palette. This is mostly what I use my palette for. You guys, my camera stopped recording and a couple days has passed since the last clip, and a lot has happened in the past couple days, but I am going to continue making the mangoes, and I'm also a bit under the weather, which is why I sound a bit muffly. I actually haven't made any progress on the mangoes, so let's do that right now. So I'm here at my desk right now. I'm going to be working on the theme and the decorations for the party, and then also working on making the invites and just the whole setup of what this party is going to look like. First, I'll just go on Pinterest, and I kind of have an idea of what I want the theme to be already. I'm thinking since it's summer, I want something summery with bright colors. Usually what I just do is just type in summer theme party and then see what we have. And look at all these bright, beautiful colors. So yeah, I'll just work on creating a mood board real quick. Okay, I feel like I have a good grasp on the theme. I don't want to spend too much time on the theme just because I already kind of have an idea of what I want to do. Let me show you my candle party board. So this is kind of the vibe I'm going for. Very florally, bright colors. Kind of springy as well, but more fruits. Okay, so now I'm on Canva and I'm just going to create the invites. I'm just going to look through the templates to see what's already available so I don't have to start from scratch. Nothing's really speaking to me. I take a long time deciding on the design. I found this template that I really like the base, but I'm going to change the illustrations and the wordings of these. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Is it giving too much? Be honest. It's summery, bright, colorful. It has some fruits that is hinting at the fruit tarts that we're going to be making. I am pushing down the perfectionist side of me and just getting things done. So this is what I'll be sending to my friends. And sent. Alright. Well, invitations are done. Theme is done. Now I have to work on decorations. I have these two tables right here that I'm thinking of combining together to create one big table. Over here on this table, you can see that I've already started laying out the pieces that I've made ahead of time just to see what I have and then think about how to set them up on this table. While we're here, let me give you a little tour. Here are the raspberries and some chocolate chunks, and then I have some powdered sugar, pistachio nuts, dried strawberries, and then I made some example pieces so that they can reference how they can lay out their tarts, how they can decorate them. Here are the blueberries and then strawberries, and then here is the tart crumble that they're going to be making the tart shells with. I think I still have one more topping to make. I'm going to be making coconut flakes and then a chocolate version of this. So then they can each make a vanilla one and then a chocolate one. Oh, and then over here are my mangoes. I've laid them out on a paper towel in the meantime so that they can dry. These took so long for me to figure out how to make them kind of shiny. When I did it at first and it wasn't shiny, it looked like cheese cubes. So I had to like dip them in gel wax to get that shine, and then yeah, it just took so long for me to figure out, and then it's not even like super perfect, but it's good enough. So I have these boxes that the girls are going to be putting their completed tarts into. I wanted to customize it a little bit more so that it's not just a plain box and make it look like it's from an actual bakery. So what I've done is design a sticker to place on top of the box. I found this template on Canva, thought it was a good base to work off of, and then I just changed that cookie graphic in the middle to make it look more like a tart, and then also changed the wording so that it says tarts instead of cookies. Instead of fresh and tasty, I put fresh and fragrant because it's a candle. So each girl is going to have a customized sticker with their name on it. And then I bought these sticker sheets. It's supposed to work with any inkjet printer. So I'm just going to place these sticker sheets into my printer and then print those out on the sheet. Wow.
Pretty good.
Ta-da! Cute. That is so cute. I have all the stickers cut and now I'm going to stick it on the boxes. Just going to peel it. Ah. That is so fun. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is so cute. Second one done. Third one. Okay. Last one. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Look at them. Wow. It looks really official now. So I made some adjustments. Previously I had the table here, but I moved it out because it was way too tight in there. This is the current setup. I'm still going to be adding flowers like this little guy right here, just all throughout the table. Good morning. It is now 8:40 a.m. the day of the party. The party starts at 5:30. So there's a few things that I need to do today. The biggest thing is to draw on the table. So I've made pencil sketches on the table already. I just have to go in with my acrylic markers to draw on it. I'm using the Posca markers. They're really good. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, I'm done. Here are the details. These are cherries, apples, lemons, and then in the middle is where we'll be serving their dinner. So we'll be placing their dinner plate here. So I drew some candles and a dinner mat. And then over here we have grapes and oranges, strawberries and blueberries. And then there's the dinner plate on this side as well. Oh, I love it. So cute. Now I have to put the flowers. Flowers are done. Each person has a box, gloves, pair of wicks, metal containers to mix their wax in, and the wax crumbles, and then the tart. And then here is the fruits for the topping, and then I also have other types of topping here and some examples for them to look at. It looks so good.